Are you ready to do a splits challenge? Well, keep on watching. Oh, ouch. I did a challenge for 1 month to try to do the splits. In this video, we're going to see how the challenge went, what exercises I did, and what difficulties I went through. I will be showing you how to do the whole routine that I did in just a little bit. But first, why did I want to do this challenge? Well, when I was training in Tai Chi in a temple, we were doing a warm-up routine every day in which we would try to do the splits. In my case, I was super frustrated because even though I was doing these stretches twice a day for 2 months, I wasn't able to do the splits. Not even close. And more than that, I saw very little progress during those 2 months. So for this challenge, I decided to focus on stretches that would really work on the splits. By the way, if you haven't seen my video, 1 Year to Become a Warrior challenge yet, I explain why am I doing these challenges. I'm not a fitness coach, so I followed a routine that was a mix between some of the exercises I learned at the temple with other exercises that my friends who've already trained in the splits have done, plus some research. For the splits challenge, before we do the exercises, you're going to warm up by going for a jog for just a few minutes, or you can just jump in place for 1 or 2 minutes on your favorite song, and then try to find a wall. So you're going to place your hands against the wall, and you're just going to swing your leg from side to side, and you're going to do 10 reps on this leg, 10 reps on this one, and then in the other direction, you're going to do 10 reps on the right leg and 10 reps on the left. So next, you are going to try to find a soft surface. First, when it's not too high, like a bed, and you're going to bring your leg on here. Once you get more flexible, you can find surfaces that are higher up, of course. And this leg is going to have its foot going forward. As for the right one, you want your foot facing the sky. So now, when you breathe out, you're going to come slowly down. Bring your stomach towards your leg. And once you've stayed in this position for a few breaths, next time you breathe out, you can try to go a little bit lower. And you're going to stay in this position for about 30 seconds, right side, 30 seconds to the left side. So now you're going to come down slowly when you breathe out on the side. And again, after a few breaths, when you breathe out, you can try to go lower down. Then you come back up when you breathe in. And once again, 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left. So now we're just going to put our legs and our feet, basically a little bit larger than shoulders width apart. And then you're just going to slowly come down when you breathe out. Just let go of the neck. And if you can touch the ground, that's fine. But if you're up here, that's fine too. And then little by little, you'll try to go down after a few breaths. And then when you come back up, you do it very slowly. Head comes up last. And you stay for 1 minute in this position. So for the next one, this move is called Poo-Boo. So we're just going to let our leg slide down. And if your foot is not flat on the ground, if it's like this, then you're going to come higher up, okay? And then once you get more flexible and you can come down here, you can try to come and gradually grab the bottom of your leg or your foot, and you're going to stay, to start out with 30 seconds is already good enough on one side, and then 30 seconds the other. If you get comfortable, you can go up to a minute on each side. Next, we will be going into a low lunge. So your foot is nice and flat and going deep into the ground. And of course, you're facing forward. And you're just going to stay for about 1 minute on this side and 1 minute the other. And just breathe in deeply through your stomach. So from your lunge, you're just going to bring your hands here to the ground. push up and make this triangle shape. And in this position, just breathe in a few times, and like before, after a while, if you feel like you can bring your chest and your stomach closer to your leg, you can do that when you breathe out. And you're going to stay 1 minute on each side. So here we're just going to get into our lunge, and then we're going to bring our arms up. And we'll bring the chest up to the sky. And we do full belly breaths. And this one, again, can do 1 minute each side. So for the next one, you're just going to have your front leg that's going to be bent, and your back leg, you're just going to stretch it out. You're going to come and look forward and try to be straight. And this is the pigeon pose. And you're just going to breathe in and out for your belly. And you're going to stay 1 minute on this side and 1 minute on the other. So next we're doing the frog pose. For this one, we're going to see 3 different ways of doing it like that. You can switch it up over time. And you can have these 2 pillows, especially in the beginning, because sometimes the pose can be quite uncomfortable for the knees. So we're going to get into the first option. So we're going to bring each leg here, and we're going to come down onto our forearms. Both of my feet are bent this way, you know, kind of like a frog. And here you're just going to come forward and backwards, and you can really feel that stretch in your hips. And then the other option. So we're going to come down, bring our head to the ground, and here make sure your hips are in line with your knees. And you want your feet to be at a 90-degree angle as well. And you can just stay and breathe deeply through your stomach. And then the last option, I think it's better without the pillows. So you come down once again, and you bring your feet together. So that's the diamond frog pose. And now your feet are above the ground, but you know, slowly over time, they'll go a little bit lower. And for the frog pose, you can stay for 2 minutes, just one, or then you can combine them as you want. Next, we're going to do the pancake pose. I love the name. Okay, you're just going to bring your legs out with your feet facing the sky. And then when you breathe out, you're going to come down. And don't hunch your back in a circle like this, okay? Try to keep your head at the same level as the ground. And for this pose, you're going to be staying 1 full minute. So now we're going to start with the side splits. For this, I find it easier if you have 2 piles of books, or if you have some yoga blocks, you can use those. And so we're just going to come slowly into your position. Just let your leg slide. And your front foot, you want your foot to be facing towards the sky. That's very important. And you can hold on to your books. And here you're just going to stay in this position and breathe. And if after a while you feel like you can stretch more, you can do that when you breathe out. So you're going to stay 2 minutes in this position and 2 minutes on the other side. Okay, to start with the middle split, it's easier if you have a wall, and then you can put a big pile of books in front of you, and you're just going to slowly let yourself come down. And it'll be easier to have a bigger pile of books when you start out with. And, you know, if you're stopping here, that's fine. When you feel comfortable, you can simply, just a second, it's easier if you're forward, not against the wall. So you're just going to bring your feet up towards the sky, and then you can go lower down. And once you start getting a little bit more flexible and you can go lower down, I advise you to get like or meditation cushion, or just any cushion, and just going to come down slowly. Bring your pillow a little bit back. Okay, hold on to the ground. Bring your feet up so you can go lower. And then you just come onto your pillow. And you stay in your middle splits like this for a while. And then once you get more flexible, you can bring, a pillow that's thinner and just go gradually down. So again, for the middle splits, it'll be 2 minutes as well. And then we're going to bring both legs together and we're just going to come down. And when you breathe a few more times, you can go a little bit further down. Remember to try to bring your stomach towards your legs, your thighs. And you're just going to stay for 1 minute in this position. And then for the last one, which I absolutely love to stretch, come down onto your back. And then you're going to bring your legs in and you're going to give them a big hug. And then you can wobble a little bit if you want. You can do this for 30 seconds to a minute. So the first few days, I was making several mistakes, like my posture wasn't good, my back wasn't straight, and I was changing positions and bouncing around without paying enough attention to my posture, which led me to pull a muscle the following week. So pay attention to your posture. Actually, let's take a look at how the first days went. So today is the 4th day of the splits challenge, and all I can say is ow, 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 because these past few days have been painful to go up and down steps or just walking right after finishing the stretch of the day. And I thought that when you do stretches, after a hard workout, it helped you not be in so much pain the next day. Well, I was so wrong, because just doing this challenge, I can definitely feel my body afterwards. So I feel for like the side splits, I'm doing a little bit better. It's still the middle split that, it's very, very difficult for me. But it's only the 4th day, so I have time. I'm just taking it slowly, and we'll see how it goes. So I've noticed already a few benefits from the stretching exercises these past few days. Like, I've had a little bit more energy at certain moments of the day where normally I'm more in a tired mood. And then another thing that's really great, it's that right before going to bed, lately I've been super creative and my brain was like, okay, this is the moment to recreate your whole life. And so you cannot sleep. It got really excited, And when I started doing the stretches, a week ago, well, I've noticed that when I go to bed, it's just like a light comes off and I'm asleep in just seconds. Week 2 definitely had its challenges. So the 2nd week of the splits challenge has passed, and I noticed for the side splits a little less progress than the 1st week. I pulled a muscle in my upper back and in my neck area, so I was going much slower and really trying to not push too hard. So being, uncomfortable, it made it where I couldn't progress as much. So remember when I say keep your back straight, don't hunch forward and push yourself too much. There is a reason for that, because then you hurt yourself. So what helped? I used some Tiger Balm, and I used some exercises to warm up the upper body from the temple. If you wish to see a video with the warming up exercises of the upper body, just say so in the comments. One of the things that I noticed for the middle split that really helped is to use cushions. So I use my Zafu, their meditation cushions. And yes, I'm using 2 of them because I'm still not down here yet. Even though my progress was slower with that pulled muscle that week, I still progressed in a couple of the exercises. By the 3rd week, it was a question of discipline, because I was way less motivated because I couldn't see my progress. But when I rewatch my videos now, I see my progress over time. So very important tip, film yourself when you're doing your challenge. Since you're training every day, you're not able to see the change, but it's definitely happening. So with the video, it will show you your true progress. So it will be much more motivating for you. And Go and look at it every time you doubt yourself. Now you must be wondering, was this challenge a success? As you can see in the pictures, I didn't do a full split, but there was a huge progress, especially for the middle one. So for me, this was a success. I saw a lot of videos of people who were able to do the splits in just 1 week, but they were definitely not beginners. For the common mortal, it might take 2, 3, or maybe even 4 months before you can do it, and that's okay. If you're also a beginner like me, just take your time, don't push yourself too hard, and be regular in your training. Even though I didn't touch the ground yet, I am super proud of how far down I went because I've never been able to go this low before. So this is amazing! Since I am going to continue working on the splits with some added off days this time, I will be sharing as soon as I've done the splits all over my social media, so go keep an eye on there. I hope this video inspired you to do your own splits challenge. It doesn't matter how flexible you are, just start right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Support this channel by sharing this video and press on that subscribe button.